What's up, Internet? I'm Matt Brickman. This is the 734 from WCCO, a time when most in the metro are on the go. If you're on your way to work or about to head out the door, let's get you started with the weather. It is another busy day as that snow is coming down once again. Here's a live look at the WCCO rooftop. Maybe a better indication is how difficult it is to see those buildings just a couple of blocks away. Really steady snow right now throughout the Twin Cities. You can see it just blanketing the metro on the radar. And it's most of the state. And the thing that kind of blows me away about this is just look at how it came together just over the last hour and a half. Wasn't much there at 6 o'clock, and then it just kind of all started falling throughout the Twin Cities, western Minnesota, now through the central part of our state as well. This will continue through the day today, and we're going to see some stronger winds. Already out west, we're seeing that 10 to 20 miles an hour. Visibility down to 0 in Morris, in Brainerd, down to a mile here in the cities, in St. Cloud. Really dangerous driving when the roads are in bad shape and you can't see that far ahead of you. In fact, there's blizzard warnings in effect today for western and southern Minnesota until later on this evening. We're going to see these winds get stronger, gusting up to 40 or 50 miles an hour. All those white shaded counties aren't going to see a ton of snow, 2 to 4 inches, but it's the 40 and 50 mile an hour winds that combined with that or even below the snow that's already on the ground around, creating those whiteout conditions. I think 2 to 4 inches makes sense here in the Twin Cities. Western Wisconsin, you'll get heavier snow. You'll see a couple of spots up around 6 or 8 inches by the time this wraps up. And as you would imagine, this has been a mess for drivers again this morning. What a week. I think this is about as bad as it's been. You can see all the red across the map. Looks like the West Metro seeing the worst of it right now. Looks like the east side is 694, actually not terrible. 494 looking over in parts of Ramsey and Washington County a little bit better, but all through the western half of the loop, things are slowing down. Cars are slipping and slowing down with drive times 20 to 30 minutes behind schedule with that snow on top of freezing drizzle that fell overnight. Okay, let's talk about this. We've all sent messages you regret, right? But now you can take it back. Now here's the thing. It's only on Facebook, and you've only got 10 minutes to do it. Facebook started rolling out this new feature for both iOS and Android devices. Basically, if you send a message and you say, oh, no, within 10 minutes, you can take it back. And the person on the other side will be notified. They'll say, hey, Matt removed a message, but they won't see what you sent. I know I have had this moment many, many times wishing I could take it back. I want to hear your horror stories. Was there a reply all that was just supposed to go to one person? Or did you send a message to the person you were actually talking bad about? Maybe that's what I did. I want to hear it all. If you're watching on Facebook, leave your best stories. This is going to be fun. Let's have some fun. It's snowing. It's miserable again. Let's share those stories on Twitter as well, and we'll read through some of the fun ones coming up in just a little bit. All right, well, the snow keeps stacking up, and so do the problems, like trash pickup, or should I say the lack thereof. The Monday's freezing rain, several collectors had to delay this week. That was on top of delays last week with the extreme cold. So you can see a lot of bins looking like that, just overflowing. Okay, watch this video. That's a school bus with kids on board rolling over an icy road in Missouri. See if we can play that again. Watch this. Oh, it's so scary. So this was in Kansas City yesterday. Amazingly, none of the kids had serious injuries, but after that happened, all the parents showed up and took their kids home. Missouri did shut down bus service after that. The weather has been giving us some cuter moments here in the cities. Deborah sharing this photo of the dog helping out there. Beautiful buffalo plaid dog coat there. Evan saying, I sort of tired of the snow. I know I live in Minnesota where these things are supposed to happen, but doesn't mean I have to like it. Yeah, the ice, especially with that snow, is a pain too. Scraping off your car or truck this morning is no fun. This is cute though. Ed and Finn, the Newfoundlands, snowing in Egan. You can see the snow on one of the dog's noses there. That is confirmation. All right, now to the latest in the Jamie Kloss case. The family of Jake Patterson was at his court appearance yesterday. He's, of course, the man charged with kidnapping Jamie and killing her parents. WCCO's Liz Collin asked Patterson's father this as he left the courthouse.
Is there anything you want to say after the hearing today?
Pray for Jamie's family.
Patterson was ordered to stand trial. He will be back in court on March 27th. Virginia's top 3 leaders now face scandals. Attorney General Mark Herring admitted yesterday he wore blackface in 1980 for a college party. This, of course, after Governor Ralph Northam remains under investigation to resign over a racist photo. He also admitted that he wore blackface to dress up as Michael Jackson. Lieutenant Governor Justin Fairfax is also denying sexual assault allegations. All right. Look at this crazy video. This is a gas explosion in San Francisco. Just the giant ball of flame shooting in the air. This was responsible for burning 5 buildings in this city's Richmond neighborhood. The fire chief says workers cut a natural gas line where they were installing fiber optic cables, so it just kind of keeps fueling the fire there. 5 missing workers were eventually found safe, and amazingly, nobody else was injured. Google has a new tool that may help protect your passwords. It's going to tell users when their password information has been exposed to potential hackers. If you're on Google Chrome, you can already download this free password plugin. And if someone uses your password, a warning is going to pop up and tell you to change it. Haagen-Dazs has 7 new alcohol-infused ice creams. You're not going to need an ID to buy them, though. They're going to have the same amount of booze as non-alcoholic beer. They'll get that flavor. Irish cream brownie, bourbon, praline, pecan, stout chocolate pretzel crunch. Does it sound good to you? I feel like they'd all be fine just minus the booze in them. Okay, there are literally hundreds of emojis. Do you want more? 230 new ones are coming later this year. Only 59 of them are brand new. There will still be animals like a flamingo and sloth, skunk, new foods like waffles, baked potatoes, garlic. A yawning face, I feel like I would use that quite a bit. There are also going to be emojis that include people with disabilities and more gender-inclusive couples. I mean, it's kind of how we're communicating these days. If you need a way to get over a breakup before Valentine's Day, this is fun. The El Paso Zoo is letting people name a cockroach after their ex and then feed it to a meerkat live on camera. Apparently, meerkats love cockroaches as much as you hate your ex. That'd be a nice little cathartic way to get that out. Okay, back to today's talker. Facebook Messenger has this new feature where if you send a message and go, oh, no, you can take it back within 10 minutes. It does tell the person you sent it to, Matt removed a message or whatever, but they don't get to see that horrible thing that you said about Janice. So I want to hear your horror stories. I want to know the worst messages that you sent and wish you could have back. Our digital guy, Cole, is here. Are people willing to share their horror stories, Cole?
Not a whole lot of people are willing to divulge. I mean, people are saying, okay, we have 47% saying that they have sent messages they regret.
I'm surprised it's that low.
Almost 50-50.
Am I the only one that's horrible
I think
of a
it's
person?
low. I mean, this is not scientific.
Okay.
All right, and we've got Jeanette Tripp saying, I like the delete option. I think people tend to think about what they wrote and then have some regrets. Probably saved some relationships along the way.
Oh, yeah. I mean, there's definitely text messages I sent to my wife that I wish I could have back.
And then we have Eric saying, I, for one, love the accidental office reply all.
That is great. Just like, no, I'll bring in the paper plates tomorrow morning. Thank you for letting the station manager know that. All right, so can I share my embarrassing story?
Please.
All right, so I was a little pipsqueak in a newsroom, maybe 23 years old. Hotshot, think I know what I'm doing. Our news director at the time was like blasting Doobie Brothers or something out of his newsroom, and I was like, who does Scott think he is? This isn't 1979, send to Scott.
Right,
and just
Scott
sweats right away, just start freaking out. And I was like, what do? I just have to address it. And I just ran right into his office. I was like, you know this music's outdated, right? And like,
you just got to make it a joke.
He just kind of nodded, okay. Come on, you did that too? No? All right. That is it for now for the 734 from WCCO. Well, most of the Twin Cities are on the go. If you haven't already done this, make us your home for mobile news. We'll be back here tomorrow at 7:34. Until then, be nice to each other on the internet.